So ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet, get loud, and get ready, and show the world what Fort Wayne, Indiana is all about.
My name is Thomas Almeida. I'm from São Paulo, Brazil.
Falls up with a beautiful right hand. Burchak is down and
I think with his style and my style mixed, I think it's going to be nothing but fireworks.
You'll start to see a little bit of a dip. Oh, beautiful body kick.
I know what I'm getting myself into, and hopefully, he has enough respect for me to know that he's in for, a good fight as well.
Burchak weighs in all kinds of trouble. It is all over. Thomas Almeida.
Put on a show for sure.
Now it's time for the Brazilian legend against the American contender, the main event of Art of Scrap 10 in downtown Fort Wayne.
This has all the ingredients of an explosive bout.
Why do you think that?
Both guys just have the ability to end the fight with one or two punches in a series. Like, they're high level, they're violent, and the skill level is through the roof. They're both at the top.
This fight is the definition of controlled chaos. This is going to be high-level martial arts, high pace, the speed, the power. It's everything chaotic but focused.
Yeah, that shootbox style, right? Those are the guys that I watched that got me into the sport. Like fighters, Like those guys used to get into fights in parking lots at Japan at Pride events before the fights even happen,
Yes.
Like, you look at them wrong at the airport baggage claim and there might be a fight. Like, that's where Almeida's coming from. And Moore is just a tough, gritty fighter, and this has just the potential for magic.
Yeah, off of that, Taylor has said he views this as a chance to prove that he belongs in the same cage with the elite. Feels like he's put in so many years of training, and along the way, he's had a lot of admiration for Almeida, but right now, he's got a chance to really make a name for himself.
I do agree with that. Moore is a top prospect, top contender. He is overall gamer. He's ready, trains hard, comes from a good camp. So expecting a lot from him tonight.
It's the return of Brazilian legend Thomas Almeida. These guys were supposed to fight each other last year at Art of Scrap 9. Unfortunately for Thomas, an ankle injury delayed that. But now we get to see it.
Yes.
It's on.
And one thing, there's a lot of people that, all of us go into that cage usually with an injury or two. But some situations, if somebody's possibly going to beat you, they got to beat you while you're healthy. You never want to look back and go, it was because. Not saying Almeida would have an excuse, but I think to have a good show and a good fight, we want both of the fighters as healthy as possible.
100%. I on at least two occasions, should not have fought, right? But your pride gets in the way. You want that check, you want that money, and you make the wrong decision, and you fight at 60, 65%, and it just doesn't go well.
Yeah, I had a situation with one particular fight, I've been really sick for 2.5 weeks. Whatever I had, I mean, it was a mixture of me training way too hard and just continuing to train while sick. And, you know, Sensei Dwayne goes, like, what's it worth? Like, you kind of already lost on the way in. I believe in you, but you're not fighting at 100%. So with this, I'm glad that they're both healthy and ready to perform. Both are in tremendous shape.
It's going to be good.
For Almeida, a guy with 10 UFC fights in his career, and 4 times he turned in a performance of the night. It is time for the main event at AOS 10.
Ladies and gentlemen and fight fans around the world, live from the Grand Wayne Center in Fort Wayne, Indiana, this is the main event. 3 rounds in the Art of Scrap featherweight division. Sponsored by El Rancho. Join us for the after party at El Rancho immediately following the fights. These bouts are under the statutes and rules of the athletic division of the Indiana Gaming Commissioner. Joanna Holland. Our judges are Matthew Moore, Trevor Neal, and Nate Jolly. And your referee in charge is Rob Mooney. And so, the stage is set, the officials are in position, and the fighters are ready to shine. Fight fans, get ready, because now it's showtime! Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, a freestyle fighter. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall and officially weighed in at 144 pounds. Coming in tonight with a professional record of 13 wins and 8 losses, and fighting out of Howell, Michigan, Taylor Moore. And across the cage, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall and officially weighed in at 144 pounds. This UFC veteran comes in with a total professional record of 22 wins with 5 losses, and he is a 5-time winner of UFC Performance of the Night bonuses. This shoot-to-box legend hails from Sao Paulo, Brazil, Thomas Almeida!
All right, guys, we already went over the rules in the back. Obey my instructions at all times. Defend yourself at all times. If you want to touch, let's do it now.
Under the bright lights of downtown Fort Wayne, AOS 10 main event. Here's the tail of the tape for Moore and Almeida.
Very, very similar on the tail of the tape.
Minus the height.
Southpaw versus Orthodox.
Open stance. Right away.
Moore with the first punch here in the main event.
Counter kicks from Almeida.
Almeida's kind of waiting.
He's a little more measured right now. He usually is like off the marks sprinting at you, but he seems like he's
Ooh, good head move from Almeida.
checking that distance a little bit. That's good.
So he's making some reads. Good check by Almeida. Good job, Moore, keeping that pressure. Love the fact Moore is trying to keep his distance. He's throwing his hand out there to see. Good kicks. If you'd follow up with that, good check.
Both trying
Almeida's
to
getting caught
feel
waiting.
each other out, trying to find that range. Almeida is a little bit more reserved than I think we're used to seeing him.
Very much so. And Moore is right on top of him. So good job, you know, Moore putting that pressure early.
Both holding the center of the cage here.
Good block from Almeida. Good counter hit, right off the kick, back with the hands.
He caught him a little bit off balance that kick, but then he fired back.
So they're both really just measuring. I see that Almeida's trying to bait him and get him coming forward.
Yeah, Thomas had said he's trying to
a lot of feints. That's good, yeah.
control Moore's range and then put a lot of pressure on him.
Both of them eyes wide open. Good
kick.
kick. Good follow-up with the kicks after
Yeah,
that.
that was good.
Almeida's still there, though. He's not backing down. They both took the center of the ring again.
Still focused in, laser focused. Ooh, good exchange there.
Good job. Both being pretty evasive while striking. It's high level there.
See a little bit more countering from Almeida than usual.
One thing for both parties, if you're going to go to the body, go right back to the head. If you touch the body, the head's already right there. Both parties, they're letting each other off. I mean, it still is pretty early.
Pushes him into the fence.
Almeida ran into a hook coming in.
Gets to the back, see if he can pull him down. There he does. Got that one hook in. There's no wrist control on that opposite side, but he still has a pretty good position here. He's looking to throw punches.
Tomas,
Oh, I like how he's disturbing his base with that overhook on the leg.
Good knee.
Did it again.
Good job, Almeida.
Every time he comes back up to his feet, he's able to kind of
bring him back
snake
down.
that leg. Yeah, I call that a lazy single leg.
Moore's still in there, though. He's being active. He's not in any danger. Just eat a few punches here or there.
Being heavy, though, this does take a toll on your opponent after
does.
15 minutes,
So we need more.
in that
Did a
leg
good
some
job.
more.
Be a little bit more active.
Just some good wall work here by Almeida.
Took a knee. Moore took 2 knees. Maybe hurt.
Minute and change to go in the first round.
This is some good control here. I'm wondering, has he worked with some Dagestanis here in this position? Because I'm seeing some hints of what they do sometimes in the wall.
Looks like he may have really worked on the wrestling. This is a different Almeida for this fight. We can't have Moore sitting there.
He's keeping his chest on his back, which makes Moore carry his weight, which does shrink that energy bar. Is he going to look for a
We
Darce
can't have
here?
Almeida right here in the position he's in, and Moore not necessarily being comfortable, but not active. He has to try and get up.
You got to be careful when they're carrying weight like that, because it does take its toll.
It will.
Yeah, Almeida's doing a great job of keeping his chest on his back and keeping that weight on him. Now he's beating up the legs. He's really trying to wear his opponent out right here.
Good on Moore. Back to the feet. Got one under. They're still being active.
Good first round, both guys. I think Almeida edged out that round a little bit with the control towards the end.
He did. And it wasn't necessarily just the control, but the fact that he had control, plus strikes, plus knees,
But
plus
yes,
control.
100%.
Taking a look back.
So there's that top heavy control there.
Now let's listen to Taylor's side.
He's going to slow down a lot. You're not going to slow down. So right now, let me see you cover it. Right here. Hand speed. His main weapon is the big right hand. So keep speed. But when you're punching,
Oh, yes, you did.
so you got to know that.
Yeah.
He's going to want to grapple you.
Yeah, he's
okay?
riding. Just try to avoid the rides. Keep it on the feet.
So Moore, who's from the Detroit area, 2+ hours away, against Almeida, made the trip all the way from Brazil. Almeida's saying he felt like it was the best camp that he's ever had leading up to this. Similar fashion, Moore feeling like he's in great shape as well. It's round 2.
Good kick. both of them need to set up those kicks with the hands. And if you're going to kick right as you plant.
No dry
hands right
kicks,
after.
no dry shots.
Never.
Oh, that's
There,
a good body
job.
kick.
Combinations back and forth.
Ooh.
Good left hand. Good kick.
Oh, nice
Boy,
kick.
good
Gets a
timing.
takedown off the kick.
And that's
Wow.
one thing about Almeida. Regardless if he gets hit, he's hitting you right back. He's not
Yep,
letting you
he's
off.
going to return fire.
And you got to be prepared for that.
He looks way more educated with his striking, and in the past he was a little bit more reckless.
That he was. He's looking very sharp. Looks like timing is just on point right now.
Yes. Framing that chin, keeping him pinned on the ground here. Looking for ways to adjust to a little bit more dominant position.
Right now we're in half.
And that half guard can quickly be turned into a single leg or a back attack. So you see Almeida being very cautious with that. Back in the day, half guard was like supreme ground and pound position. But now there's so many avenues of attack from being half guard, it's almost more dangerous than full guard.
Right now, Almeida looking for the choke.
Yeah, he's got to beat that elbow for that head and arm.
Good job. More at the frames.
He's got to attack those hips and create some space.
Now, if we can get a frame on the hip, maybe scoot.
Movement. It's never good to just stay in one spot.
And he's showing that he's good with the activity, but
Yeah, the
Almeida's
punching from
slowly-
punching from bottom is not usually that great. There's not enough power generated from it. You got to use that energy to move, create space.
Almeida taking his time.
Yep, taking his time,
slowly
hunkering down.
making him carry him.
Looking for that mount. He's sliding back into half guard.
Moore's
His
out.
little
Now he's eating
elbows.
elbows.
A little more than halfway through this middle round.
Good job on Moore trying to get up. And Almeida right back with the pressure. It just seems like the IQ is a lot higher.
Well, what I notice is up. Otherwise, you get pushed back to your back, which is what's happening.
Yes, sir.
Now you've got a nice tripod position here. And you notice Almeida, he's not going both knees down. He's always got at least one knee up. And that's what you need to land strong punches from top. I like to say, like, if both knees are on the ground, you're giving him a free ride. You got no pressure on him. Always one knee up at least. And when he goes both knees up, that's supreme pressure.
Good job, Almeida going body head.
He's doing
body
good ground and
elbow,
pound here, good
frames.
control. See right here, this is good pressure.
And Moore's still in there. He's being active. He's trying.
He's trying, but he's got to create some space. You got to open that guard up, get feet on the hips, find the push points.
He's almost made his way back, to the cage, which could be good, could be bad, depending on what Almeida does with it. Good job on Moore. Strikes from the bottom.
Yeah, it really does depend on what that guy on top knows. Putting your head in the fence with Khabib, terrible idea.
Terrible idea.
But some guys, they don't know how to utilize the cage right.
Thomas just consistently working.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. He's done some real work on his top control and ground and pound.
Yes. He had that really, really big layoff.
Got 30 seconds here.
Moore is still in there. Strikes from the bottom. Love the hammer fist.
Living to see another round.
Ten seconds.
The main event
Wow.
at Art of Scrap 10 will go to round 3.
Excellent control, excellent ground and pound. Almeida really impressing. We're gonna look at some replays here.
Beautiful head control.
Punch
left
to
hand.
the elbow, one knee up. Awesome.
Okay, this time we're going to give an ear to Almeida's corner.
Então está muito parado, anda mais, ameaça, anda mais para sua esquerda, pisa no joelho dele para pausar ele. Mas quando você entrar de mão, não entra lento, entra pum, pum, pum. Entra pondo umas mãos rápidas, você já vai estar dentro dele. Tá? Você está ganhando 2 rounds, está ganhando 2 rounds, falta 1 para nós. Respira fundo. Round passou a vitória. Round passou a vitória.
And that is the iconic coach, Diego Lima.
Final round. There you go.
All right, glove touch, showing respects. Moore has to get active. Really has to get active.
Really got to pull the trigger, yeah.
Good. Strikes off the kick.
Kick, punch, good.
Almeida keeping composure.
Yep, he's using lots of feints, making him guess.
Yes, sir. And that really messes with your breathing.
It does,
Beautiful.
It does. You can get your opponent reacting to you, which is what you want, because then they're not being offensive and leading. Because this is a dance, and the more you can lead the dance and make that guy react to you, the better.
Yes, sir. Really dictates the pace. Good body from Moore.
He's landing some really nice ones.
We need Moore to start throwing more hands at distance. He has a height advantage. Now, good head movement from Moore.
I feel like that's his best path now to a comeback.
Uses distance, pop the jab. The kicks are available. You know, again, it's open stance. The cross kick is there. He can follow with the
nice
kick there.
Left hand.
Beautiful left hand. Good combination.
Uppercut. It looked like that landed solid too.
But he has to be aware that every time he hits Almeida's going to hit him right back.
Yeah, he never takes a step back off of getting hit.
No.
It's like a trip hammer.
Yeah, which is an advantage of his, but also a disadvantage. If you know that every time you hit him, he's going to hit you back, there's a counter right for that as well. Right now, it's working beautiful for Almeida. Good position change.
Moore has him pinned in the fence now. Oh, right off the fence. Yeah, Almeida. Seasoned veteran for sure. In on that single leg, head up, good position. Oh.
Good up kick.
Oh. I can't tell. That might have hurt him a little bit.
It looked like it hurt him a little bit. He slowed down on the way in.
He put that head down, and yeah, he really kind of paused.
Yeah, and if Almeida's just going to ride this out, this is not the best position for Moore.
No,
I would like to see Moore back in the feet.
He's got to hustle. He's got to take some risk from here. I think he's down 2 rounds. If you know, we're halfway through the third round. He's got to really open up right now.
As he has about half the round right now to try and get back to his feet and really put a striking clinic on Almeida.
Yeah, he's got to go. That's good control here from Almeida.
Has his hips really low. It's making it hard for Moore, you know, get any sort of leverage.
Maybe look to throw those elbows, positions where he could throw those pointed elbows. Stepping out leg. Yeah, he's doing a great job controlling that outside leg.
It's making Moore carry him, who seems to be, you know, the stronger athlete, but Almeida's done a really good job of just wearing him down.
He's always putting himself in the right position.
He's taking his time, being patient. Good strikes from the bottom again. Moore just, you know,
his position right here. He's off both knees. He can pinch and control with his knees and land with good power from top.
His head's down. He has one frame, and he also has right hand clinch position at times where he's pulling Moore's head forward, which is even harder for him to do anything.
He keeps the bottom guy crunched up, and it's hard to do anything when you're crunched up like a little shrimp.
Down to the last minute here of AOS 10.
Moore's going to have to make something big happen here in this last minute.
Create space, get right up, and get right to striking.
Right hand, Thomas. Falta 50 segundos, doutor. Taylor, I know you're tired.
corner
Good
telling him he
space,
can
good
still
job.
win.
Oy.
Ooh, we gotta watch
Not
those
again.
up kicks. That could be danger. Let's see, keeps
Almost
passing
popped into a
again.
triangle.
Moore here trying to dig out of this deficit.
And there he goes, crunching him up again. Good transition, good pressure, and he's just not letting off. Almeida's just
He's
consistent.
not giving any space.
Nothing.
Yeah, anytime he gains ground, he keeps it. He's not giving it up.
He's almost up. I mean, he has minimal seconds to work.
Bet yourself.
There's that. Anything can happen right now. Good job. Get out there and get with it. Get out there and get with it. Make something happen.
Moore with urgency. Pace picking up late.
Great performance by Almeida.
Yes.
He made some real changes. He talked to the press conference the other night about how he's learned and he's older and he's had to make some changes and he's had to be smarter. That was absolutely a smart performance by him, dominant performance by him. He looked great.
He did. Again, there's a few things, right? It's always a teeter-totter. You get a little older and people say, your body starts to wear down, but at the same time, you take care of yourself, you train right. It's something with the IQ and that layoff and really getting to sit down and focus and really hone in. And he said it during his interview, you have to train smart. It's not everyday smash. You got to sit back. You have to just do technique on some days. Some days it's time to go hard, but for this fight, it really seemed like he was just fully dialed in.
He looked good.
And then at the same time, Taylor Moore proved something here tonight.
He did.
He can fight with the guys at the top of his division. Absolutely. Almeida's had a bit of a layoff, but I have a hard time watching that performance and not thinking he's at least in the top 20 in the world.
Still,
you know what I'm saying?
And, with Moore, top prospect, top contender, I do think he can compete, with those at the top. And this was a good test for him. I believe he did very, very well. There was some positions that he ended up in that weren't good, but at the same time, he survived the positions. He was active the entire time. He did put the pressure. Even when he was on his back, he still was striking. He still had his frames. So he was making things happen
Great
even when it was really hard
kicks,
to do. Yes. Striking was good, and he does have power. It's just Almeida's just not going to let you off.
He's just one of those guys, man. He takes an inch and he doesn't give it up. He doesn't give it back.
No.
So Moore here can still be proud.
Very much so, because he
Ladies
didn't have to
and gentlemen,
necessarily
after
take this
three
fight, but-
rounds of main event action, we go to the scorecards. And our judges at cage side scored the fight 29-28, 30-27, and 30-27. All for your winner by unanimous decision, Thomas Almeida.
I'm here with Thomas Almeida. Thomas, yeah, thank you. Thank you for not getting blood on my shirt. It is such an honor to have you here in our cage. It's been 4 years. Your last fight was Sean O'Malley. How are you feeling right now?
Well, I'm so happy. I didn't know it was 4 years. I thought it was 3 years. But it's great to be back, to perform. Taylor is a tough guy. He put in a show for us, for the fans. And I'm very happy to be here and to face my fears, my comeback, returning, doing what I love to do. And I want to say thanks to my team, David, Armas, Shooter Box, Diego Lima, Fábio Calói, Aliança, o Anis, o Fabinho, Ali Reza, toda a galera lá da Shooter Box em São Paulo. Tamo junto!
You're only 33. What's next for you?
Well, I've been improving a lot my wrestling, my grappling overall. So I think this is the way I have to improve my striking as well. I think about like a MMA overall, all the areas. So this is an opportunity for me to evolve as a fighter and compete. And thank you so much, the event, for brought me here. That give me this opportunity. So I'm very happy.
Thank you so much for being here, and it's an honor. Let's hear it for Thomas Almeida. I'm here with Taylor Moore. Taylor, what a fight. How are you feeling right now? What does this fight and this opportunity mean to you?
This fight meant a lot to me. I mean, regardless of the outcome, I'm happy. I'm grateful to be here. I'm really happy to have the opportunity to fight somebody that I've looked up to a long time. Shady is my favorite character in the UFC game. You know, me and my brother were going back and forth who would play him. I've looked up to him a long time. I couldn't pass up on this opportunity. This is a good test for me to see where I'm at. I'm just grateful that I got to do it with someone that I really respect. So I want to thank my coaches for preparing me, my management for doing all that he does for me, all my coaches, my family, friends that came out. It means the world to me. Yeah, and thank you, Artist Scrap, for giving me the opportunity. Thank you, Thomas, for taking the fight. And glad we can make it happen. I hope all the fans enjoyed it.
Only good things in the future for you. Thank you for being here. Let's hear it for Taylor Moore.
Almeida, Bora, Gatador, the Brazilian UFC legend at Art of Scrap 10 in Fort Wayne, Indiana, comes back with the win. So wrapping things up now, again, with John and PJ. And